Right. So why people even talk like he the best at? He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Possible. I think Lamont Roach is a good fighter, so he better shut up and stay focused.
Yeah, I think right now, Shakur the only fight that I think that can really give him that challenge. Just because, you know, he got very high IQ, great defense.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis reacted to Shakur Stevenson's win over Josh Padley with a dismissive lull, downplaying the significance of Stevenson's performance. Tank expressed skepticism about the hype surrounding Stevenson, pointing out that he has yet to fight at 135 pounds and hasn't demonstrated knockout power even at 126. His response appeared to be a challenge to Stevenson's status as a top-tier fighter.
Your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course, he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right. So why people even talk like he the best at? He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you? All that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you going to get hit. What you going to do when you get?
Shakur Stevenson voiced his gratitude for Saudi Arabia's backing of boxing and extended thanks to Turki Al-Sheikh for his efforts in promoting the sport. He hinted at the possibility of future bouts being held in the region and mentioned the prospect of a high-profile clash with Gervonta Davis taking place there.
I'm just going to say to you now, true warrior spirit tonight. Taking this on such short notice, a lack of preparation, but then now you know the levels in terms of if you want to achieve the ultimate goal in this. But the fighter in you, I could only imagine, is probably a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Obviously, I would like to have stayed in there a little bit longer, but conditioning wasn't quite there to the body, and they were taking the toll, as you can probably see. Wouldn't have liked to have gone down to some of them, but not quite at that level yet, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
You know what? Sometimes there's no shame in terms of saying that you can just learn from this, because it's always a journey. So I'm just going to say to you, ultimately. The important question I asked you before was you going to achieve greatness tonight? It was a lot of variables for you to kind of control in terms of the changes, the new arena, all the rest of it. But when you reflect, Shakur, are you happy? That's what I want to ask you first.
Oh, I'm very happy. The name of the game in boxing is hit and don't get hit. I'm a master of it. I didn't get hit, and I hit the guy more than he hit me. So it was a great performance for me. I'm happy with it. There's probably some people that's going to critique and say this and say that, but shut up, I got it done, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
So actually more, just one word. You going to come back here? This is a new home? You going to make this a home as well?
Yeah, I love Saudi Arabia. I love the energy here. I love the fans. Everybody treated me well, and it was an amazing time for me.
Appreciate the work tonight, man.
Shakur Stevenson dismissed Gervonta Davis' comments, suggesting that Davis should focus on his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach. Stevenson even provocatively claimed that Roach could beat Davis, a remark that sparked controversy. While the majority of experts favored Davis in the matchup, it appeared Stevenson's statement was more about stirring the pot than making a genuine prediction. Clearly, Stevenson is looking to grab Davis' attention and pave the way for a potential clash between them.
Shakur, obviously, Tank Davis is the name on everyone's lips. Eddie Hearn spoke about it. Tank tweeted tonight, LOL, during the mid-rounds. What do you make of that?
That's what he's supposed to do. He got to do that, but once again, he got to fight next week, right? So let's see. Let's see what he do. He fighting Lamont Roach next week. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight.
Do you think Lamont Roach could beat Tank Davis next week?
I think, yes. I think it's possible. I think Lamont Roach is a good fighter, so he better shut up and stay focused.
What's the conversations been like with Turki Al-Sheikh about that Gervonta Tank Davis fight? Because Eddie says he wants to make it.
Turkey want to make the fight too. I think that once again it's the biggest fight in boxing. He won it, I won it. Now it's all up to Tank.
Last one from me. Terence Crawford said you're like his little brother, and he's so proud of you tonight. What does it mean to you hearing that from Terence?
It means everything. Like I said, I'm an elite level fighter. I'm on the highest skill level, and I got my brothers coming here support me. I could listen to him a little bit more because he know what he's talking about. So I appreciate him, and I thank him for coming.
Shakur, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
In his fight against Josh Padley, Shakur Stevenson appeared to aggravate his previously surgically repaired left hand. Observers spotted him wincing after throwing certain punches, which could explain why he didn't push for an early knockout. Despite fighting through an injured hand, Shakur Stevenson demonstrated his elite skills by stopping Josh Padley. Boxing legends and analysts praise his technique and ring intelligence, but not all were impressed. Many fans deemed the fight lackluster, disappointed by the lack of an explosive knockout. This divide between purists who admire Stevenson's fitness and casual fans craving more excitement continues to spark heated debates.
Boring Shakur. That's what all boxing fans saying right now. Even though Shakur Stevenson did get TKO stoppage after getting his hand surgery, he did hurt Padley with a body shot earlier in the fight. In the 9th round, after again catching Padley to the body, Padley's corner threw in the towel. Shakur Stevenson is polarizing. Professional athletes, the top boxers today, stay on Shakur's side, saying that he is great. His technique and abilities is just on another level. On the other side, we have fans who are just not satisfied with his style, not fan-friendly fighter. I could agree to that. When Shakur lets his hands go, he does land. He's accurate. He is great. But what is he gonna do from now on? Is he gonna continue being stubborn and do what he does and see what he gets him? Or he gives fans what they asking for by being more aggressive, by getting stoppages? There's Gervonta Davis, Keyshawn Davis, there's Loma Chan.
Many fans were left disappointed by Shakur Stevenson's performance, believing he should have defeated Josh Padley much sooner. Given the obvious skill gap and Padley stepping in on short notice, expectations were high for Stevenson to secure a quick finish.
Shakur Stevenson defeats Josh Padley in the 8th round after dropping him 3 times and his team throwing in the white towel to end the fight. Now, it was a very good performance by Shakur Stevenson, but I don't know if I'm just a hater or I don't like the guy, but I didn't like the fight. I thought that Shakur Stevenson could have put out Padley a lot earlier. I understand that Shakur Stevenson is a patient fighter and he likes to take his time and he likes to pick his punches very, very carefully, but I think having a Padley that took this fight on Tuesday was a very good opportunity for you to show us, the whole boxing community, the whole world, that you can knock somebody out. And he had that opportunity and I feel like he just didn't take it. So for me, it's just kind of a bad taste. Again, I don't know if I'm just a hater or a lot of other people feel this way. So I'm curious to know if you think that Shakur Stevenson could have done better.
I got to make sure that I'm on top of my game because there's a lot of great fighters in the division. Even though I think the division was overrated because they wasn't fighting each other. But now that they fighting each other, there's a lot of great fighters and I got to be on top of my game.
Despite the criticism and ongoing debates, Shakur Stevenson remains single-minded in his pursuit of one goal, a showdown with Gervonta Davis. He sees their potential fight as one of the greatest in boxing history. A true battle of skill, speed, and ring intelligence. With all the hype and tension building around the matchup, anticipation is at an all-time high.
You and Tank ever linked up in the ring?
Yeah, we sparred before.
Can we ever expect a fight?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's going to be one of the biggest fights in the world.
No cap.
I feel like how they talking about Earl and Bud Crawford, I feel like me and Tank going to be basically 2.0 of that.
Yeah.
Probably even bigger than that. So
that Earl and Bud, who you got?
I think it's a great fight. I ain't going to pick no winner. I'm forever rocking with Bud regardless, though. So I want to sit there as a fan. But at the end of the day, you got to realize, too, like with Earl, people don't know. Earl showed me like a lot of love since I done came out the amateurs. I'm trying to stay out of that. I'm trying to be more so the person that just watch as a fan and just watch how the fight go and just sit there, enjoy the fight.